Welcome, everybody. I'm starting a weekly news commentary feature on my channel based on something I find that's really of interest. And all I can say is that uh, the Wall Street Journal just published a provocative piece over the weekend foreshadowing major changes coming to Whole Foods, especially a proportional increase in merchandising of mainstream processed food and beverage brands that John Mackey built the entire chain to replace. Or at least he wanted this to happen. Here's what I think could be the effects in the next 12 to 18 months if the changes are as big as the Wall Street Journal implies. One, I think that founders running emerging brands in the chain are going to lose the price insensitive shopping vibe that built this chain. So once the price range in key staple categories broadens to include, the market share leaders who will be the low price anchors, Oreo, Pepsi, Nature Valley, brands like that, the ability to use Whole Foods as a safer launch environment weakens. But primarily for lazy Me Too premium CPG brands chasing somebody else. And man, was there a lot of that at Expo West in the 2010s. Woo! It's still going on. But the days of founders, launching in Whole Foods basically out of greed to get their fair share of this or that premium nutrition or foodie fad is going to be over. Honestly, this change actually benefit more serious and committed entrepreneurs by clearing out the premium clutter in these stores. There are so many ultra low velocity brands that do not merit retention from a retailer's perspective of contribution profit per linear foot. Okay, the second big thing that's likely to happen is that traffic to center store will actually increase. I am a former student of Whole Foods in-store shopping behavior to the tune of hundreds and hundreds of observational hours, so I can attest that the center store traffic has always been a lower proportion of foot traffic than at mainstream retail equivalents. Most Whole Food shoppers tend to circle the perimeter for fresh foods and produce. This is entirely due to the ideological merchandising philosophy that built the company and makes the center store unattractive to most shoppers. If Pepsi, General Mills, and Kraft Heinz move into the center store, digitally and in real life, premium CPG brands ahead of the curve that have strong sensory design and branding, are going to benefit from a traffic surge that could be 2 to 3 times what's going on right now. Number three, the third big change that may happen is that Sprouts and Fresh Market are probably going to assume the current Whole Foods Market positioning in the retail universe. So both chains are on fire right now, and Sprouts is probably leading the growth race between the two. These will now be the pure play discovery leaders in the natural organic retail space. Each of these chains will now have an easier time upselling premium offerings and services to their in-store shoppers. Sprouts has already made large investments to prepared foods that make it highly ready to do this nationwide. And finally, I think that prepared foods will shrink at Whole Foods under Amazon's aggressive leadership. Though typically, this was the profit center of Whole Foods in the pre-Amazon years, Amazon has no ability or interest in running high-tech retail departments or high-tech prepared food departments. Amazon is a behemoth built on hyper-efficient, math-driven distribution of product and data. I assume that these departments will be downsized and reconfigured to free up space for inventory holding. If true, the effect on store traffic could be disastrous. However, if this is done too rapidly or drastically, is what I mean. It could be horrible. I believe actually Amazon is very, very likely to miscalculate here, and so I'd be very careful at this point in launching anything in the next 12 to 18 months at Whole Foods.